Just testing the live to see if it works. Hopefully it does. And we had a fun Instagram live a few minutes ago. Hopefully we can do the same thing here. Let's see one person. All right, one person. Hopefully we'll get some more people. I'll wait just a little bit. To the one person watching, happy Easter if you celebrate it. Okay, we got 5 people, so we're slowly getting people on. Okay, for the 5 people watching, perfect time to ask any questions or anything. Okay, well, this is the mid-season week of Zatima, so it's about to go off. I don't imagine it's going to come back until the summertime because what, April, May, June? Yeah, I guess the show probably won't finish season 2 until July. That's just a guess. But I am looking forward to the different dinners. You know, the first one being at Zach and Fatima's place, and then we're going over to Fatima's parents. Does Zach really owe his mother and brother, especially if they were the ones that introduced him to a life of crime? I know he feels like he does, but they're older. It's a guilt thing. I mean, if nothing else, I would have liked it if Zach had some, motive. Like, remember Candace on the haves and the have nots, she kept telling Warlock, hey, once I come up, I want you to go straight. Like I want you to get into a legitimate business. But of course he never did. You would think Zach would say something along the lines of, look, first of all, Ma, you and Jeremiah, clean yourselves up, put on your Sunday best or whatever, and then we'll go out, hook you up some nice clothes and whatnot, a nice place to stay. But here's the condition. Mom, you need to go to rehab, like I, you weren't there for me, but I want to take care of you in a way. So, you can't live in my house or nothing, but how about we go to rehab first? That way you can kick your addiction. And then once those demons are conquered, then I can put you and Jeremiah up. Like you're talking about Jeremiah, get Jeremiah a truck. I'm not buying my brother a truck if he's still doing this illegal stuff, because what's going to happen? First thing he's going to do is get arrested and then lose the truck, and then I'm out all that money. So if I can't even trust you with $10,000 and it's gone in less than 48 hours, what will I look like trying to give you even more money and whatnot? So it would be pretty cool if something like that were to happen. Oh, happy Easter. Dang. It sucks. The one time live streams are working and notifications did not go out. But it's okay. We can still talk. No biggie. Keep asking questions. I'm just scrolling on Instagram. Anyway, um, yeah, on Instagram, we were really just talking about Zatima season 2 and how, truth be told, it really isn't that great. I mean, it's had its moments, but it hasn't had the, put it this way, I have not gone back and rewatched season 2 episodes the way I did in season 1. Most of these episodes have been one and done, aside from a couple of scenes here and there. Weird. Okay. Dang. Okay, we got 16 people. We're slowly but surely getting people aboard here. Um, okay. But yeah, praise this. I have not seen the movie yet, but I have listened to the soundtrack and it is really good. I've seen clips. How can I watch the team on BET Plus because I can't watch on BET on my television? Your phone or your computer. I usually just watch it from my laptop. Then I always got HDMI, so my computer is hooked up to my TV. So when the team was on, I just put it on my TV monitor and watch it from there. Dang, down to 11 people. We're slowly whittling down. Waiting on more questions, if any. Oh yeah, they finished filming for 6 888. I'm actually looking forward to that film. Happy Easter, man! Because I went to was it the Dollar General in Scottsburg, Virginia? I have not been to the I have not been to that Dollar General in almost 2 months. I went to Brook Neal week before last, but I stopped by there. But I don't think I saw any um Easter stuff. And I'm like, yo, it's Easter. Well, maybe I didn't go down that aisle, but it wasn't, prominent in the store like it was maybe a few weeks ago. But yeah, that's crazy. I mean, because stores, I remember a time where, wow, it's the day after this holiday. You go to Walmart, you see all this stuff half off. But nowadays, it's like by the time we get to like in 15 minutes, I bet Walmart won't have any Easter stuff in there. It's wild how that is nowadays. But yeah. Um, I want to know what the baby for real is, Zach. Are you talking about Karen's baby or Heather's kid? Hey, telling your mom and bro to go straight would be the right thing for Zach to do. If they continue to do the wrong thing, then Zach did his part. He doesn't owe them any further. I wholeheartedly agree because you can't help someone who doesn't want to help himself. What's that one celebrity? Well, I think is it? Look, I could be wrong. Is it Little Nas or there's some like black famous person, I think a musical artist, and their mom is still on like drugs and whatnot, and it isn't because they haven't tried to get them off of it, but it doesn't matter what you have. If the person you're trying to help doesn't want to help themselves, there's nothing you can do. Who do you think is working overtime to break up Zach and Fatima? It seems like almost everybody is. It really does seem like everybody, aside from maybe Tony. I think everybody's trying to break them up. And I mentioned this during my Instagram live. I said, what if the information, remember, Fatima's mom said there are questions that she and her father have for Zach in person. You know, they know about all of his arrests, the child support, the potential baby on the way. I'm thinking it has to do with stock. That's the only thing I can think of that's like, okay, what could Fatima's parents want to confront Zach about? Could it be the stock stuff? You know, like, hey, I forgot what organization was after him, but basically, you know, the feds were after you. How did you get all this money with your criminal record? I'm thinking that what if things get so bad and Fatima's mom doesn't want Fatima with Zach, she'll turn into Hayden and try to get him arrested again. What if something like that goes down? The SCC, there we go. I said that as well under the video. That's the only thing it could be that makes sense. Then again, it's Tyler Perry world. Yeah, because I was thinking, like, what random situation could she be talking about? Because this is literally a rinse and repeat from Sisters of Zach confronting Fatima. Do I know everything there is to know about you? And then the whole baby thing turned out to be fake. So Fatima's mom is doing the same thing with Zach, but it's like, okay, I don't think she's making something up. Her and her husband looked this up. So there might be something, you know, Fatima doesn't know about, but it would just seem completely out of left field if there was some incredibly dark secret that Zach has that he hasn't told Fatima about. It really wouldn't make sense. I feel like it was just, you know, for suspense in order to have it where, oh, we tune in now to see what this dinner is about and what exactly Fatima's parents want to confront Zach on. But yeah, I think it's the SEC stuff. Hey, is that Gary? Is it that Gary is trying to rob Zach for his money? Nah. I think Gary is trying to do something sneaky. I doubt it due to the fact that Gary has not even well, no. He has been mentioned in Zatima. Never mind. He's been mentioned a few times. But no, I don't think it's that. I mean, I don't think it's Gary. Ugh. But I think Zach and Fatima are going to break up. It's not going to be permanent, but I could see them breaking up in season 2B. I will be over this show too if there's something random pulled up. Yeah. Come on, keep the questions going. I'm literally checking the comments on Instagram real quick, see if there's anything else to talk about. Anyway, is the team going to be no, it's 20. It's 20. I think that this week is the mid-season finale, and we probably won't get the back half until I think July, summertime. That's my guess. But the thing is, I could see these two breaking up because Fatima's doing too much. I mean, think about how much she's trying to manipulate Zach in order to fix him so their relationship will be better. I mean, remember, she told the doctor that everything is on him. She has no problems. She's doing so many shady things behind his back that it's going to catch up with her. Let's break it down, okay? So she went behind his back to get help from a psychiatrist that was referred to Fatima for Zach by the same dude that Zach knows is trying to make a move on his woman. So by extension, she's got Angela wrapped into this in order to make it seem like, oh, Angela's the one that invited Dr. Reed over to dinner. But then again, Dr. Reed might not be in on this because remember that Fatima was the one that asked him face to face to come over to the house. And then by extension, the doctor himself said, look, I think it will be best if I have a sit down with the two of you in order to view how you communicate and whatnot. But instead, Fatima's trying to appease everyone as opposed to just focusing in on Zach. She's like, okay, well, Angela needs my help with the Bryce situation. So fine, you two come over to dinner. But at the same time, you are disregarding your fiance's feelings because now he's going to be in an uncomfortable situation with the same man that tried to violate him. This is all, and then of course Zach is still emotional over his family drama, and now you're going to have this doctor who's going to be trying to lightly. I feel like he's going to be like when you were in school and your principal or somebody from administration would sit in on a class to just view and observe the situation. Like, okay, let me see how the students respond to the teacher, this kind of thing. I feel like the doctor is going to be sitting there and he's going to be just like throwing curveball questions at everybody, and it's going to blow up in Fatima's face. So then we move on to the next day. The next day, I do not think Fatima is going to tell Zach that her parents are going to grill him. I do not think Fatima is going to let Zach know, hey, my parents got all these questions. Is there anything you haven't told me yet? They say they found out something about you that I might not know. So what is it? I don't think Fatima's going to say it. I think Zach is going to be pissed off by the dinner at their house, and then they're not going to talk to each other. So then Fatima has to make him go to the dinner because, look, my parents said if we don't come, they're going to come over here. So let's just go over there. And then they're going to go over there as a disjointed couple. So they won't be tackling this the way they used to, which is together. They're going to be on opposing fields. And then Zach is going to get obliterated. And then they're probably going to break up. If Zatima carries Sisters, who would you say carries the Oval? I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to be completely honest. I don't really see anybody who carries the Oval. Even Victoria didn't have that big of a role in season 4 because Hunter, he was just so one note. Where's my son? You're working against me. Victoria really didn't do too much. It's going to go all left and make her, it's going to make her look bad because she tried to do all this, and then she's going to get mad at Zach. Well, I did all this to help you, blah, blah, blah. The parents' dinner is going to be crazy. Zach's going to go off. Yeah, this is all going to blow up in Fatima's face. And she has nobody to blame but herself because she's doing everything but talking to Zach. She never talked. She recommended Zach speak to someone. But how could she tell the doctor, yeah, Zach is into therapy? How would you know that? You have never sat down and told Zach, hey, I know this guy, Dr. Reed, or, this, that, and the third. She chose to do this. Yeah, I think the parents' dinner. Yeah, the synopsis says that Zach won't make a good first impression. This dinner will be a disaster. I think Fatima needs to remove herself from the whole Angela and Bryce situation. I agree. But I also don't like how the situation is being treated lightly from Zach's end. The dude was violated, but Fatima essentially said to get over it. Yeah, oh, boo-hoo, Bryce tried to kiss you when you punched him in the face. You're even. Then wonder why men don't come forward with sexual assault allegations because they're told to suck it up or they're ridiculed. Truth be told, I would like for Zach and Bryce to move past this, but the way it's been handled so far, no, I don't like it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to these 2 episodes, but at the same time, let's just see how it goes down. Man, you don't ask a man that's attracted to you to help your man. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right. Matter of fact, Angela's been making me look at her sideways. She was snickering and giggling with Belinda. Yep. And I just thought about it more, aside from Fatima not calling Zach to help with the car, you got another man to, get a part, or in this case, a tire for a car that Zach bought you. That's like a next level disrespect. Matter of fact, and oh yeah, I read that comment in mine. Yeah, instead of focusing on her relationship with Zach and trying to fix that, you're trying to help out Angela too, when in reality, she needs to just sit down with Bryce. I think Dr. Reed is going to show up. Seems like Angela really wasn't texting him. I feel bad for Zach. He be through a lot. Yeah, I agree. I smell another Beyonce Jay-Z elevator incident. I mean, heck, they already had that. Yeah, I hate the way Zach being almost kissed isn't funny. Like he said, he's been in jail. It shouldn't be brushed off. That's not an everyday thing that happens. But it's an everyday thing for men to carry around that kind of trauma in terms of not being able to be taken seriously when they come forward with those allegations. Fatima's going to find out that it's that girl, and Angela is going to have to. Fatima needs to get help too, not just that. Zach is toxic, and it's not even all his fault to me. Yeah, I agree. Zach is not perfect. He has flaws, and it gets on my nerves when people are like, "How come you're not hard on Zach the way you are on Fatima?" Because Fatima is a walking contradiction. Zach has never acted like he's perfect. Zach has never acted like he's perfect. He's pleaded to the likes of Karen and Fatima, oh, it was all me. The reason our relationship didn't work out, the reason our relationship is really jacked up now, it's all my fault. But Karen, you said this. Fatima, you said that. And the women each time would discount Zach's feelings. Oh, well, that's nothing compared to. Yeah, I did videos on both episodes, synopsis. That's how I know the dinner is going to be a disaster. Bryce is going to bring up his big girl fetish and other things. And in the finale, Zach, the dinner with Fatima's parents is going to go incredibly bad. So it's not going to go good. Hey, how's it going? So both dinners, 2 episodes. Yeah, I think that's it. I think episode 9 is the one at Zach's house. Episode 10, Fatima's parents. I haven't been watching Tyler Perry shows for a while now. Yeah, you and a lot of other people. Y'all have just been watching commentators. Oh yeah, a few people sent me the interview that Ashley Miller did with Lily from The Oval. That was really good. Okay, they're going to break up in the next 10 episodes. We about them getting back together. I would actually like that. These two need to break up. They need to just separate and reevaluate. Do you think Kyle should get a spinoff? No. Oh hey, Shade Room. Miranda just had her baby boy. Congrats to her. I have not watched Miss Pat in a while. Same with the Upshaws. They aren't bad shows. I just kind of fell off because I was busy doing shows that people actually watch on my channel. The truth is, Zach and Fatima move very fast, and wait, how are they together for a year? I still say Fatima lied about that to Paul to big up their relationship. Yeah, Karen should have had the baby by then. When his sister's coming back, no idea. My guess is May. I don't know. Like I said before, I'm in no rush for it to come back. I will only be watching your content for that because way more entertaining than the show. Thank you. I'm in no rush for season 6 at all. No. Think that after dinner with Fatima's parents, Zach will be running back to Karen. I don't think he'll be running back to Karen, but I know somebody in the comments said something that I agree with. He was probably better off with Karen. I'm not saying I want them back together, but looking at the state of the relationship with Fatima, I do feel like he was probably better off with Karen. I think he should be single, to be completely honest, but he at this point he was better off with Karen. He really was. Hello from Ohio. Hello, hello. Who do you think did the fake profile? I think it's Belinda, just like I think it was her who took the photo of Zach and Karen. I think she took the photo in the salon. I don't know who created the profile. I mean, it could have been Angela. She was the one talking about how, hey, keep your options open. We need to find out who lives on Condor Street, the street that Nate said that Fatima was currently on. If if that's the location of Angela's place, I think that it was her. Think that after the dinner. Oh yeah, okay. It seems like the content is polarizing nowadays. It really is. It really is. It really is. Because I'm just sitting here like, we know you can write Zach and Fatima better because we fell in love with the characters, but now you're just turning them into sisters characters, and we hate sisters characters. Because remember when we used to watch Sisters just for Zach and Fatima? I don't know. Sisters used to be way better as a whole. Then it started dragging in season 4. To be honest, I think it started dragging around season 3. The only thing that was fresh was Zach and Fatima, but even then they had some hiccups. Okay, we can keep the chat going for a bit longer if you have any other questions. Any other topics you want to discuss while I have you here? Tyler should just put the whole season out at once. I noticed when you binge watch it, Sisters, it makes more sense. I mean, for a content creator like me, I prefer the way it is now. But to be honest, I think Sisters should be shorter in terms of episode length. Like people who say Zatima needs to be as long as Sisters. No, it does not. No, it does not. If nothing else, Sisters should be the size of Bruh or Zatima, bite-sized 22-minute episodes. I feel like we could cover a lot. There are so many episodes. It's hard for me not to watch an episode of Sisters or The Oval and think about how much fat could be cut out to have the show be 22 minutes long. Do you think Kyle really loved Donald and vice versa? I feel like it was escapism. I think there was more feelings from Kyle's side than Donald's, because when you think about it, Kyle only really started to mess around with people like Dale because, Donald kept Lily around. I'm glad Danny put Karen on blast about the pregnancy. Yeah, that was pretty solid. I like that scene. But then again, that could have just been the writing. It's like, well, remember when, Karen said it was Zach's child? And I don't know. I agree. A lot of repetition for no reason all the time. At least the Oval got a bit comedic about it. They were self-aware. You keep saying, "Man, if you call me sir one more time," So I don't know. And that's the thing. I don't hate these shows, guys. I don't. It's just the fact that when you've been watching from day one, like I have, you notice the dip in quality. And then some shows, they got better over time. But then other shows just got worse. Is Ruthless the next big show coming up? Yep, this Thursday. Wait, hang on, my bad. Next Thursday. I'm going to make it a mission to have reviews up for all of season 2B before the episodes. Danny didn't believe Karen about Zach being the father in the doctor's office. But then again, Danny was the one telling Zach, I think that it's your baby, Zach, and I think you know it's your baby too. Are you confident in House of Pain staying on a few more years? Absolutely not. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the final season. I mean, the fact that we're going all out, we got Jasmine in a bunch of episodes, we got returning characters. House of Pain, this should be it. Honestly, I don't think assisted living in House of Pain need to go any further. Is the Oval done? I know they're currently filming season 6, so no. I think House of Pain has run its course. It really has. Honestly, I don't think it should have come back in the first place. Dang, it's supposed to be freezing weather tonight. Let me check. I mean, that's why I'm wearing this, because it's a bit chilly. It is currently 41. I don't know about freezing temperatures. Let me see. I don't know. Sisters ending soon, you think? I don't know. I haven't watched Bruh. Is it worth it? I mean, if this, okay, no, no. Mm-mm. House of Pain is over. It's been over. I mean, I think we could be ushering in a new era of Tyler Perry because especially if he is able to buy majority stake in BET, we can be seeing something incredibly different. Like all the current shows have run their course, and then he just you know, starts fresh. But that's my thing. I don't really care. This might sound controversial, but I don't care if BET is black owned. I care if it's quality entertainment. That's my thing. What I'm not going to sit up here and do is act like Tyler Perry didn't turn BET around, because after it became white owned and like all the classics like 106 and so many other shows ran their course or were canceled, nobody gave a damn about BET. I think it had like Being Mary Jane, that cheerleader show or whatever. It was like Landon from Haves and Have Nots. He had a role on that show. I forgot was it like not, it was not Bring It On. It was like a phrase like jump or something. Uh Run It. I don't know. I could see the preview, the trailers in my head, but I can't think of the name of the show. But there were a handful of shows that people would watch, because I remember when Tyler was still on OWN, people would be like, yo, have you seen this show on BET, this, that, and the third? But there were only a couple of shows because Tyler on OWN was far bigger than any of the BET content. So when Tyler came aboard, he changed the game. But my problem is this. If Tyler Perry buys majority stake and he's given, even more control than he is now, where he really can manipulate what comes on the network, do we really want like 15 other shows that are on the same level of quality or below that of Sistas, of The Oval, of even Zatima? No. Now, granted, well, Jeremy, if Tyler takes majority stake and he needs programming, could he bring back the haves and the have-nots? If Loving You Is Wrong, Too Close to Home, absolutely. But at the same time, the only way I would be excited for Tyler taking majority stake is if he branches out with the writers' rooms. He is doing that now. House of Pain, Assisted Living, Bruh, Season 4. He has new writers, new directors. I don't want Tyler to take majority stake if that means he's going to continue to do all these shows by himself. That is not going to fly. I do not want that. No, thank you. No. Now, from a content creator perspective, I'm talking years of content for me to cover. But in terms of content that I want to see, I want to see fresh. I don't want to see the same crap. Yeah, Tyler got too comfortable with the sloppy writing. Maybe if he take majority stake, he will step back and let others write. I really hope that's the case, because he's at the top. He doesn't have to write. He doesn't need to write quality content, because he could put out crap and still go hit the floor. Thank you. Hit the floor. He could still get number one with the ratings, because I could not sit here and be proud of Sistas being number one. If I were literally the one writing Sistas the way it's written now, I couldn't sit here and be like, it's number one, but it's crap in terms of the writing and whatnot. I literally cannot sit here and be like, I'm so proud of Sistas. Now, I'm happy for the cast and whatnot for still having jobs, but is this really a show you want to be, you want it to be your calling card? I mean, say what you will about, like Alfonso Ribeiro being Carlton Banks on The Fresh Prince, or Jaleel White's Family Matters. Those shows meant something to people. Yeah, that's not to say a bunch of black shows haven't jumped the shark at some point, but when it comes to Tyler Perry shows, it's just repetitive. Yeah, being number one is kind of like, that joke about how anybody that puts out a book is like a New York Times number one seller. It's like everybody's number one, but that's not to say there aren't quality books out there. But then there are other entries where it's like, wait, how did this get to number one? But the thing is, when you really think about it, there really isn't anything on BET to compete with Tyler Perry. Why do you think the ratings are still high despite the poor writing? I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you. Will Karen find out that Aaron has been lying to her from day one? That honestly, I'm more intrigued by the Aaron and Karen stuff and Hayden and Tamara than I am anybody else on Sisters right now. He's ruined Preston. Gary, I don't even know why he's still in the show. Hit the Floor was a VH1, then it moved to BET. Yeah, that's what people say. Some people are like, as soon as a show moves from one network to BET, it's pretty much a death sentence. I don't see too much outside of BET either that can compete with it. I mean, I don't know. Because when the show first started, it was KJ Smith with the star power. I didn't know DeVal and his wife had such a fan base prior to Sisters. Like when I first saw their podcast, I'm like, oh snap, they're big. I didn't know they had all this. So yeah, I don't know. It's like people say, oh, the stars, Sisters, Zach and Fatima are the stars. Yeah, Tyler Perry doesn't have competition. He's in his own lane. I'm not mad at the man for making his bag. He's doing his thing. But in terms of being a longtime consumer, I feel like I have the right to demand quality entertainment. Because it is crappy. Like on BET Plus, there are a number of other shows like Bigger and a few others that got canceled, but you still have Bruh. And it's like, wait, what? The only other TV to watch is all reality and ratchet TV. I think Sisters is coming around in summer, May or June. That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, Black Love. I first saw DeVal and Kadeen when they did a joint podcast episode with Kev on Stage and Miss Kev on Stage, Kevin and Melissa. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's Zach from Sisters. He knows Kev because I love Kev on Stage and his content. He was one of my inspirations. Kev on Stage, Black Nerd Comedy, they were probably my top two Black content creators that inspired me to start YouTube. Yeah, hit the floor. Any other questions? We can keep going if you want. Dang, can't believe it's been like 45 minutes. How is your mom? She's good. She's tired because she needs to wake up in like 2 hours to go to work, though. She's been doing overtime. What happens to Q? Honestly, I am so glad not to think about Q or Maurice or Calvin in weeks. So I don't care. They're filming season 6 of The Oval. Yep. I want to see Jasmine back in Sisters. I want to see Jasmine in more ways than one. Tyler Perry better tighten up because someone was sliding and give him a run for his money if he doesn't. I mean, I would like something like, okay, even if Tyler gets majority stake, I'd like to see some of the older elements of BET brought back, like the music, maybe like a Black Bachelor kind of show, something like that. I mean, I know they kind of got something on their own network, but to be completely honest, after the haves and the have-nots ended and I didn't get the invite to the reunion, I just quit OWN completely. Like I unsubscribed from the YouTube channel. It's not in my cable package anymore. I was pretty much done with OWN. Not to mention the fact that we never got that Greenleaf spinoff, which at this point, look, folks, it's not happening. Do you think Deja will tell Zach she'll drop the lawsuit if he sleeps with her? I've been hoping for her to set up the entire storyline like that. Are there any other TV shows outside of the Power universe? I have no idea. Why Jasmine left Sisters? What happened to her? I'm not trying to start theories. Do I still talk with Crystal Lee? Of course, we're tight, but I don't know why Jasmine was just written out of the show. I honestly do not know. I mean, was there more with the character we could have done? I think so, because I think Jasmine being around would have added more depth to Gary. Like if we met the autistic son and this, that, and the third, but we just never got that. Like I've said many times, at this point, Gary and Hayden are just Saturday morning cartoon villains. So yeah, it's like for people saying Tyler Perry has no competition. Really, the power verse is that's it. I mean, there aren't a lot of black content creators out there in terms of TV. I mean, if I had the capital and things like that, I would love to write a show, but I don't. So, look, I'm just trying to get a house. After that, we'll see what happens. But, unless you want Zeus or Love and Hip Hop, yeah. Unless you want to watch Zeus or Love and Hip Hop. I'm not really big on reality shows. I remember Love is Blind. I watched season one of that. I think they're like 4 seasons in now. How's the house situation going? No updates as of yet, but I promise to let you know. Here's the thing: I probably won't say anything until I actually get the keys. I'll leave it at that. Do you think some old shows should be rebooted at all? Are we talking Tyler Perry? I mean, I think House of Pain is an example of House of Pain was disappointing because the original synopsis that everybody was older. I'm like, oh great. But then we found out that, oh yeah, Malik and Jasmine are still in college. And it's like, no, House of Pain, the reboot, it should have been the characters older and facing problems. Like, for example, Jasmine and Malik could be the same characters in terms of personality, but the thing is, they're older now, so they're facing problems that they didn't when they were younger. That's not to say they didn't have things that they went through growing up, but okay, how would an older Malik handle this situation compared to younger Malik or Jasmine? I mean, instead we just have these weird character choices that Tyler wrote for them. Oh yeah, I remember back in the day, like my mom, I love watching reality TV because my mom gave the best commentary. Game shows like Deal or No Deal, shows like The Bachelor or Super Nanny or Wife Swap. She would give just hilarious commentary. But then over time, reality TV, kind of like wrestling, you grow up and you realize that it's fake and they only do certain stunts for the sake of ratings. Yeah. Yeah, the Upshaws is good. Do you think some oh yeah, okay. That's it. Any other questions? Honestly, I can't believe it that we're already chipping away at the fourth month of the year. And shoot, by next weekend or this upcoming weekend, we'll be halfway through April. Man, time flies by. Sure does. Right. That's what turned me off as well. I like to see something like a different world rebooted. That was a classic. Even though that 90s show felt like a weird blending of a Disney show that wanted to be a Netflix show, I did enjoy it because it had the right amount of okay, we got new characters, but we also have older characters like Kitty and Red and Fez. Oh man, they made that show for me. I loved that 90s show. It wasn't perfect, but I really loved it. So I think that a lot of times that when these reboots happen, if you actually get solid writing and if you have like some of the original actors have a production or writing credit, it does help the show in the authenticity. Yeah. My only issue with that 90s show was that Eric agreed to let his daughter stay in Point Place. It's like Eric said, in the span of like a couple hours, you're drinking, you got a piercing, um, and you're being snippy, why would you let your daughter? That's like if I had a kid and I don't know, let's say I moved away and then I went, okay, I have not finished Bel Air yet. I know it is actually good. I did watch season one. Season Bel Air is good, but I don't know. I mean, part of it, I think it boils down to the algorithm. I mean, I feel like if I shifted gears to different, look, I'm going to be honest here. I've been making a ton from eBay because I've been selling like 500 to 800 plus cards at once. So I don't have a. Oh yeah, I heard about the new Jack Swing play. Do you think haven't been combined with? Okay. Do you think it would be a good show? I don't understand your question. Haven't been. Oh, you must be talking about Ruthless. Yeah, yeah. I think that's the major misstep Tyler has had with these spinoff shows not being consistent with the writing in regards to the timeline. I don't know. We're probably going to see a lot more of these characters in season 12. I mean, to be honest, we're only 4 episodes in, and we've had a great collection of older characters. I still doubt we're going to see the barbershop, but I mean, or the fire crew, but I'm happy to see what we got. That's why I feel like season 12 is the final season. It's like we're getting the things we've wanted for years now. Oh, Jasmine and Janine are back. We're seeing characters maturing somewhat. So I don't know. I think this should be the final season of House of Pain, though. Same with Assisted Living. It's good, but we don't need to go further. We've done it. They've done enough. I'm ready for some new stuff. I'd rather have like 2 or 3 solid Tyler Perry shows than like 7 mediocre ones, or should I say 7 shows while only maybe 1 or 2 are actually good. I mean, it's like I said, I'm kind of done with Ruthless, but I know I can't be because people want me to review it. It's way too far behind the Oval. I know, right? It's like just to have Fatima pop up in 1 episode of Sisters. It's like when I used to be into the CW Arrowverse. It was a big deal when it was like, oh, Green Arrow is on the Flash or Flash is on Arrow. And I'm talking about before the major crossovers when there were like 50 shows. I mean, when there were only like 3 or 4 shows, having characters cross over was a big deal. It's like, even when it wasn't the main hero, it's like, oh, Felicity is in an episode of The Flash, or Cisco is in Star City. Just little crossovers like that really go a long way. I don't know. I feel like the Tyler Perry touch is kind of gone. The magic of his shows are no longer there. It's all about the numbers, which, again, from a business perspective, that's what it's really about, numbers and money. But when fans talk about the shows, I mean, when people talk about my videos, it's rewarding to have people going, hey, I love your content. I really love uh, hearing what you have to say about these shows week to week, as opposed to, man, I mean, I really don't want to watch. I haven't watched Jeremy's videos in weeks because they just don't grab me the way they used to. I mean, do you really want that to be your reputation, to be, a billionaire from mediocre products? But at the same time, there are people who become wealthy from less reputable means. But, it's like this. I mean, it's not to put pressure on a black man to do better, but we, that's what makes Tyler Perry so polarizing. We know he can do better because we've seen him do better. But I don't know. What do I know? I'm just sitting in my childhood room for almost 2 years now, so apparently I don't know much. Um, yeah. Any other questions? Yeah, I agree. If the actors had more pull in the writing, but look, I'm no expert in this, but I think that when it comes to Tyler Perry, you probably don't have. I mean, well, no, I think you have input because a lot of the cast I've spoken with has said, "Oh, this was ad libbed," or Tyler allowed us to kind of mold these characters. But I think Tyler's burned out. I don't know if the character with Sisters had a would be better. I think it would be kind of a fear tactic where it's like when I really want to say anything, I mean, the show's number one. We're going into season 6, and I haven't had much control over where my character has gone, but the show's still number one. I'm still getting a check. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, I can't, it feels wrong for me to sit here and try to tell the actors, hey, they need to put their foot down and tell Tyler they deserve better. But I'm not in their shoes. I'm not getting cut a check. I ain't trying to see nobody lose their jobs. It's just one of those things where, as a consumer, I want a better product. But in terms of black TV, there really aren't many other options, you know? It's sad, but that's how it is. I think they're coming up with their own lines most of the time. Yep. I don't know if Tyler will ever admit to the burnouts, writer's block, the open to suggestion, or so forth. It's a matter of not wanting to share credit or money, I bet. But like I said, I have no idea. So that's it. All right. Well, I'm about to close shop. It is almost midnight and Easter is coming to a close. But thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully, YouTube live streams continue to work. Maybe I'll do one weekly. We'll see. Since I still have over a week, my goal is to finally have all of my Ruthless Season 3B reviews up in the coming week. That way I will be fully caught up before Season 4. I hope to have my Season 4 trailer breakdown maybe by Wednesday. And hopefully the mid-season for Zatima Season 2 will be really good. So as always, thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.